I keep giving bad people good ideas.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video we are going to be talking about what recently kind of happened in the last let's say 12 hours, 24 hours and shit. Pretty much they finally made their arrest on the single David. If you don't remember who he was pretty much this single that blew up off of SoundCloud and shit and TikTok mainly. And pretty much homie had the life set up for him. He lived in one of the safest, richest neighborhoods. He had, all the resources to kind of build his career or even more. The trajectory of where his career was going was pretty crazy. Especially for someone who was, just a few months ago before his career blew up was, legit pretty much just, I don't know his whole living situation, but not living the greatest, probably. And it's just kind of crazy to see people legit they had this once in a lifetime opportunity type shit. This is some groundbreaking shit, not just oh this is a decent job, I hope I don't lose it, generational wealth on the line. They have everything. And if they just simply don't fuck up, they don't lose it all. And it just is kind of just crazy because it's just dude's not just scraping by. And even then, if you're just scraping by, there's no reason or no excuse to do shit like what he did. But homie's not scraping by. Homie's living in mansions. Homie has money. He could go take fucking chicks his age actually on dates and shit. He has mansions and shit. You're telling me you cannot pull women your age and you're rich as shit, you have decent cars, nice cars, and you live in a fucking mansion. What? Bro, what the fuck? And it just is kind of crazy. So pretty much to kind of go back on the whole story, even though majority of people usually, kind of already know what the fuck happened, but pretty much around the time when he was blowing up and doing concerts and shit, he somehow got in contact with this underage chick. I don't know exactly how, if it was through friends, whatever, and that's probably what we're gonna see in this court case and shit. But pretty much, they meet up, they start dating. The chick that's 14 runs away. The mother's kind of commenting on it. The teachers are commenting on it. The whole shit that was kind of going on with it, people were out on the look for her, but then at the same time she was just kind of keeping her head low and shit like that. It's just kind of crazy because you could go back in footage and shit, and even back then people were kind of being hey, she's going to these concerts and shit and with him, and kind of connecting the dots and shit, even though she was trying hang low or whatever. But pretty much they had this secret relationship, all this shit, and pretty much no one exactly knows what happened. And hopefully with him being arrested and this whole court case, we get all the details on exactly what happened. Just kind of for clarity and just kind of for the justice of the whole case and shit like that, because again, the right people should be held accountable. And definitely I think David's one of them, because it's really hard to explain why there's a dead little girl in your car and not be involved in some kind of way. I don't know, it's really hard to be yeah, I just let my friend borrow my car, and somehow the underage chick that was fucking hooking up with magically was in the car dead, and I don't know, so pretty much, all the fingers kind of point to David having some kind of issue, having some kind of involvement with this. And it's I don't know, you gotta have a brain of a walnut to kind of be oh, it just was an accident, or oh, he didn't have any involvement, it was his fucking car. But pretty much what happened is people are speculating that she could have possibly OD'd, or since he was blowing up and people were catching on to what was going on, connecting the dots, that there was this missing girl that was about 14 years old that kind of looked like David's girlfriend or whatever. And then it gets even creepier because, like, if you look into his lyrics and shit, he's like singing about it and singing about her and like almost name dropping her at the same time. And it's just kind of like, back then, if you're just getting into his music or like you're not really looking that deep into it, you're like, oh, it's just a fucking probably one of his exes. Oh, it's a nice song. But then once you get really, really like digging into it, then you're like, oh, this shit's fucked. And pretty much with that, yeah, no, it's just kind of crazy. So I'm just kind of not trying to make this sound like bad or anything or like insensitive, but I'm just gonna get a drink of water real quick before I start talking again. But I'm just kind of curious of what exactly happened or led to her death, because again, was it because he was starting to blow up and people are catching on and he's like, I gotta get rid of this and no matter what, I'm gonna get caught if I just let her go back? So like, did he just kill her for that? Or was it like accidental and like, no, being fucking idiots doing drugs and she died, OD'd, he freaked out, didn't know what to do, shoved her in his car and then just abandoned the car in a tow yard and thought, okay, that's the job done. Or is it this crazy speculation people have kind of came up with that I've seen? And again, I'm not a detective. This could be completely wrong. So again, take this with a fucking grain of salt. Like, oh, Lord, like, don't take this 100% at all. But people are trying to speculate and say that possibly because he was on tour when the car was found, depending on how long the body was decomposing for, and detectives and shit are saying the body was decomposing for a while and that it wasn't just a few days, it was more like possibly weeks. But pretty much what could have happened is he went on tour because he was on tour when all of this went down. But pretty much she could have died before or somehow during tour. Like, she's back at the LA house while he's like bouncing around all this shit. Somehow dies, if that's OD, whatever happened. And pretty much he had a friend take care of it. And the friend just fucking was like, fuck it, this is whatever. And just dumped the car at a tow yard and just thought that the job's done. Or he could have done it himself. But people are speculating he could have had help with it all and shit like that. And I'm just kind of really interested in seeing how this all kind of unfolds. Obviously, you know, justice for that, like, chick that got, like, you know, put in a very, very shitty situation and fucking manipulated all. Like, it's just pure manipulation at the end of the day. And it's just kind of sad you see this happen a lot. Well, like, I don't know if it's music artists, fucking actors, whatever, it's like they kind of get this golden opportunity to kind of do what they like, but then also, like, you know, not just, okay, you get to do what you like, but like you get generational wealth with it. You get like almost kind of the stamp of approval, and then they'll like, fuck this, and throw it all down the drain, and just like, fuck the bloodline. So like, the last name goes from something like when you bring it up in a room to like, oh, that's crazy, that's so cool, like this legendary like bloodline or legendary like fucking last name or whatever. It just brings like positive, I don't know, yeah, positivity, but like, you know, it just kind of brings a good vibe. And then you do some fuck shit, and now, like, all of that just gets drained. And now, whenever your last name or when your name gets brought up, it's just this whole, like, oh, that person or this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a good example would be, like, Bill Cosby, I guess. I don't know. I never really, like, fucked with the dude much. I always kind of thought he was a little weird. I don't know. It really, with Bill Cosby, I don't think it took that. It wasn't that hard to realize something was probably up, or, like, he was a little cuckoo. But a good example would be, like, Bill Cosby. Well, he was really respected. He had all these shows, or had a big show, and you know, people were kind of trying hire him for like ads, stuff like that. Sorry if I'm stuffy today, but you know, he had all this respect. I think he even had like popsicles at some point, like sweet potato popsicles. I don't know who the fuck's eating that bullshit, but like he had all this respect, all this shit going on, and then it comes out that he's drugging girls and like raping them and shit. And now he's sitting in a jail cell or wherever he's rotting, and no one could give two rats asses, and all just waiting for him to die. And he built up this like legendary career. A lot of people respected him, like millions, and just all threw it away just because he like wanted to just get some like quick action. And what's like stupid is like these people aren't like complete fucking losers. Like they could whoa a woman and be like, hey, look at what I got, look at what I could provide, I really like you, and actually have like a good relationship if they find the right person. But no, they just throw that all away. And even if you don't have it all and you're like, I don't know, a little like whatever your issue is, money, style, whatever the fuck, there's no excuse to do that kind of bullshit. And I'm kind of excited to like actually see something be done with all of this, because, you know, obviously there should be justice for the family, all of that. And I just think you're gonna see a huge like downfall from like being at the very, very fucking top for him to maybe get his booty hole tickled a little while he's in prison. I don't know. I think since he's a celebrity, he's probably gonna get like solitary confinement, and he might never get his booty tickled. But like even then, you just fuck. What the fuck do you do? Like tap the wall? You have no one to talk to. You're kind of fucked. Cooked your shit. So besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment down below what you guys think about all of this. And yeah, it's kind of crazy shit, but yeah, I'm kind of glad that hopefully justice does get served. He serves this fucking time, which is probably fucking life in prison. But yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys.